everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Brooklyn Book Bell, aka Felicia, and it's been a while, but if you follow me on like TikTok or Instagram, like I sprinkle a little bit of content every now and again. Just trying to like make posting as sustainable for me as possible and have a life and protect my peace and be healthy. I feel like the world is not the best right now. It just isn't, right? And so I think, I'm blessed to be living this life and navigating it and all the things, but that does not mean that I am not watching, praying, contributing, standing up for what's wrong. You know what I mean? So um, those two things can be kind of hard at the same time. But I have been reading, and I hope y'all have been reading. And I just want to get on here and do a little October wrap up because I read some good books in October. Okay, I did. I really did. I read some good books in October, and y'all are the ones I want to share it with. So, y'all know the thing. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. And let's do what needs to be done. Let's be about our Father's business. We can go ahead and hop right into it. Okay. The first book that I read was Don't Make Me Wait by Cami Holt. And y'all, first of all, I love Cami. I really do. I think, you know, in this like urban romance, black romance space, like some of the people are just the people that I bangs with, and Cami has quickly become one of them. And so Don't Make Me Wait is a romance that follows Messiah Graham, who is a big time NBA player. And his best friend is an NBA player. His best friend just had his first child with um with Messiah's best friend Thais, and I hope I say her name right. Tragedy strikes, the best friend passes away, the guy, the father of the child, passes away. And read the triggers for this book. I will say that postpartum is really big, depression is really big. Thais is really struggling with the death of her child's father, but she has his best friend who has like really just stepped up to the plate and who loves her son. And like, I've never seen a love like this. Okay. But he also loves her. And so they have to kind of navigate. We were best friends. Everyone knew I was with this other man. And how do we navigate? How do we just kind of block out the world and just be with each other and be happy? And y'all, it was a struggle. I kid you not, it was such a struggle, and I wish that it didn't have to be such a struggle for them. But unhappy people want other people to be unhappy, and these two didn't want to be unhappy. It was a whole thing, child. But I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was wonderful. Don't Make Me Wait by Cami Holt. It's a pretty quick read. So yeah, follow Cami, support her. Like she's a reader and a writer, so I bang with that. So yeah, that's what I read. Okay, the next book is actually also by Cami Holt, and it is L.O.E, Loyalty Over Everything. And so these books are intertwined in the same world, which I also love. I love a good connectivity point. Like, give me some characters that I could get to know over time, and I know like what their I kind of get to know them before I get to their story, and I actually like that because I'm already rooting for them and I want what's best for them and like all these things, right? So Loyal has always been like the funny brother. He's cracking jokes, he's doing the things, he's also a ladies' man. He is not about to settle down. But I bangs with Loyal. He's close with his grandmother, and I feel like, listen, men who be like close with their mama, close with their grandmother in healthy ways, not the ones, not a mama's boy, but who's the one who's gonna self-sacrifice, pick their grandmother up, take her to church on Sunday. You know the ones. Yeah, they gonna show it for you in a different way. And as soon as Loyal met his leading lady, it was done. Y'all, I'm trash. I'm so trash for that. Messiah wasn't with Thais. Loyal was. Oops. I am terrible. Oh my God. What was her name? What was the woman's name? Mayana. Jesus. Okay. Messiah was with Mayana. Loyal is with Thais. See? Oh, my brain. Sorry. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. Okay. but we're gonna keep this rolling because I keep it honest. Like, okay, when Loyal met Thais, jeez Louise, he meets her. She has the weight of the world on her shoulders. Like, she has a lot going on. He meets her at their family's like after school program type thing, and Thais puts, "I'm a runner, I'm a track star." It should be like her moniker, child, because she was running from this man. He was just like, "Look, I'm here, I ain't going nowhere. It is what it is. We together. We together." Okay. And y'all, I love funny side characters. If you read and I said this in my review, or I said it like on TikTok or something, but the grandfather from Alexandria House's her series, Uncle Chester, like how hilarious he was. He doesn't have anything on the grandmother in Cammy's series. The grandmother is hilarious. And her comedic timing paired with the seriousness of like what Loyal and Thais have going on, but also his comedic timing is chef's kiss. It was so good. I gave L.O.E, Loyalty Over Everything, I gave it a 5-star. It was really one of my favorites. Like, I was really like in my Cammy Holt bag last month, and that's okay. Okay. If she put out another book, I'm gonna read that one too. As should y'all. And yo, somebody asked me to do a video about authors that are immediate buys. That's the next video, because I will say that there are some dope Black authors out here that if they put a book out, it's immediate. You don't even have to ask if I bought it. I already bought it, and I probably read it the night it came out because I'm that chaotic. Okay, moving along. I read Almost There, which is a Twisted Tale by Farrah Rochon. So Disney gets these authors to do retellings with their stories. Y'all know I'm a Disney girl, honey. This is a Disney household. Okay. I mean, not right now because they are supporting Israel and I'm not fucking with that shit. But I did already have Almost There, and I did read the book. And so basically we get to reconnect with all of our favorites from Princess and the and the tagline is like, what if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? And child, they had me. I was hooked. I want to see what happened. So basically, it is if her father didn't die, she had to sacrifice her relationship with Naveen because she made a very bad deal with the Shadow Man. And I personally feel like this book could have been 200 pages. It could have been 200 pages. And if it had been 200 pages, I probably would have given it 5 stars because I was so intrigued. But I do feel like the book is very drawn out and it's very long, and there are a lot of words, and like, we could have wrapped this up. We could have wrapped it up. But I will say I love Farrah Rochon. I've read her actual romance novels, so I've been reading and banging with her for a while. So the quality of the writing is superb. If you have a little one or a tween who's like, I love dancing, I think that this would be a great book. It was so good. And it also gives historical facts and things about New Orleans, which is one of my favorite cities. I was born there. Like, so I also love hearing the street names and the neighborhoods. And then you're thinking about this community, you know, in the 20s, which is when this story takes place. It was a great book. Historical fiction, but also Disney, but also Tiana and Prince Naveen. Like, I gave it 5 stars. But it's a thickie. She thick. That's that thick, honey. The next book that I read, I had high hopes going into it. Mm, uh, it needs some. It should have had some triggers at the beginning of the book because I did finish it. I gave it a 3. Truth in the Ashes by Melody Lynch, which has a 4.10 star rating on Goodreads. But how did the book get for? She gets whipped, like with a whip, like immediate. No, what? Child, we just gonna, y'all know I don't bash books. We're just gonna move along. We're just gonna move along. Okay, the next book that I read is up there with one of my favorites. Okay, it's giving me all the things that are my favorite things in the books, y'all. It's giving me all. It's giving me all the things I love. My God, today. Okay, it is The Writer's Block, A Friends to Lovers Novella by Monique. Me and Monique. Listen. I love Friends to Lovers, and I also love a good sports romance. So basically, listen, Josephine is in need of some heated fellowship inspiration because she wants to go from like a fantasy or this like hardcore fiction writing that she's been doing to romance. But she's like, I don't have any steamy romance experience. And so she's like, I need to find a guy to give said steamy romance experiences so that I could then write about them. She tells her best friend Caleb about this, who is like a big time football player, like this whole thing. And he's like, what are you talking about? We're not gonna be out here fellowshipping with somebody that we don't know. We're not doing that, okay? So he offers himself up to be the person who teaches her and fellowships with her. Yeah, y'all, it is steamy. Ooh, I gave it 5. Ooh, it was a 5 on my spicy meter. But outside of the heated fellowship, the book was also really well written, and she wrapped that thing up like a bow. Okay, it was great. I gave it 5 stars. The Writer's Block, A Friends to Lovers novella by Mia Monique, and she's also an author that I like because she also has like this like series, The Grim Reaper's Lawyer. I've probably talked about it on my page. I read it last year. Waiting on the second one. Okay. Okay. She's good. I like her. She's might be on that list of people I just be like, automatic buy. Not yet. I'm only 2 into her collection, so we'll see. I need 1 more for her to become like an immediate buy. Okay. The next one I read is also a 5-star for me because why not? Elemental Inferno by AJ Locke. Shout out to AJ Locke, y'all. Okay, so I bangs with AJ Locke on Twitter hard body. Like, she is a romance fantasy writer, like here in Brooklyn. Okay. Shout out to Brooklyn. Like, what's up? And I just feel like the worlds that she creates on the page are so interesting, and like they're not what we get. They're not your regular run of the mill fantasy. And I bangs with that because everybody can't be writing about, the drug dealer with the light skinned chick with green eyes. Like, everybody can't do it. Okay. Okay. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Sorry. Tangent. AJ writes things that are interesting and that are like thought provoking, right? Okay. So in Elements of Inferno, there are these things called auroras, and they control the weather in certain regions, but they all kind of are coached or led by like head auroras, I guess. I can't remember what they're called, but there's 4 of them in each region. And because of the type of energy that it takes to control the weather, they are not allowed to have heated fellowship except for during the season that they control. So if you're a summer aurora, you can only fellowship during the summer. If you're a winter, blah, 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 blah. But Riel is the winter aurora, and something is happening that is causing the auroras to die, and they're supposed to be immortal. And the summer aurora dies, and this new summer aurora comes in. But what we don't know is that he can actually control all the seasons, child. And it's a hot mess because, power corrupts absolutely. The head auroras have been doing scientific research, and it's a whole shit show. It happens in New York. And y'all know I'm gonna put on for a book that's based in New York. And I'm gonna put on for an author that's in Brooklyn. Okay. Okay. And so I gave this a 5-star because the heated fellowship was really spicy. Again, the world building is really interesting and different, and like you have to really get into it. Like, so well done. So well done. And you've probably never read something like this before. So I would implore you to check out Elemental Inferno by AJ Locke. Yeah, this is not gonna be no short video. Clearly, I feel like talking today. But hopefully y'all are still with me. Stay with me, stay with me. Okay. The next book I read was All He Ever Wanted by Tay Monet, which is a follow-up to I think All He Ever Needed, which I really enjoyed. So I had high hopes going into this one. This one kind of fell a little flat for me. The leading lady, she like tricked the guy into having sex with her, which ended up with a secret baby. But I don't like the trickery part of it. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I didn't like that. Like, we didn't have to lie. We didn't have, but she was also young. He's older. She had a crush on him her whole life. It didn't sit well with me. Something about it I just didn't like. So this one just wasn't for me. But I will say, Tay Monet, I will read another book by her. Like, I bangs with it. Again, the book in this series that was right before this one, I gave it a 5 stars. So this one I gave it 3.5. Hopefully the next one will draw me back in. But y'all know I don't bash books, so we're gonna keep it moving. Because if I didn't like it, I didn't like it. Okay. The next book that I read was Wishful Thinking by Celestine Martin. And you can tell by the smile on my face that I loved it. Okay, so let me set the scene. Freya's Grove is a small coastal town in New Jersey. Y'all, it be noises. My sink is over there dripping and stuff. I'm like, what is that? Okay, sorry, focus. Freya's Grove is a small coastal town in New Jersey. Picture like Jersey Shore type thing, but it's just like a town where magical beings live, right? And so I love the approach that she took, that the magic in the town, or the people who have magic, aren't necessary. It doesn't have any like real effect on the story. They just have it, which I think is like quirky and cute and fun. Like, I love that. So Lucinda is a witch. She's in the coven of her mom, aunt, sisters, and she has lived in Freya's Grove, which is also my middle name, so y'all know I was fucking with it. Freya, hey, shout out to Freya. So she lives in Freya's Grove, and she's been there in this little seaside town her whole life. She's like a history teacher, like this whole thing. And her two sisters and their cousin do like a love spell. Well, not a love spell, but they do a wish spell. And so she wants more excitement. And boy, does she get it. The spell makes her not be able to say no. So she has to do exciting things because she asks for this excitement. And it's not really like forceful in the story. It's kind of a afterthought, which I'm like, there could have been more uncomfortable situations that she had to be in because of the spell, but there wasn't. But the guy, Alexander, is a merman. And so in this world, mer people they're vagabonds, they're like bohemians, like they don't stay still, they have to, move around, like type thing. They're always wanting to be close to water, all the things. Well, his parents buy him a house, and he's like, why would you buy me this house? I'm supposed to be on the road, I gotta go do these things. Like, it's like you can't tie a mer person down, okay? But he has always had a connection with Lucinda from when they were in school together, and he shows her his tail. And his family's like, oh, well, you must really bang with her, because we don't do that. Like, that's like, it's a known thing. Like, they can only transform like in the water. It's like a whole thing. But I will say, like, this town felt like Halloween Town. Like, it just felt like a place where I would want to live, and like it's enchanting, and like the houses are like cottages, and like their love is like a slow burn in this little small town. And he doesn't want to stay, she doesn't want to go. Like, it's like a whole back and forth. I really liked it. It really put a little smile on my face. And yeah, I didn't give away the whole story, but if you're looking for just like a little cozy girl romance that you want to, like, have a little slow burn situation, this is definitely for you. And it's a series, so I think they're going to be probably like 3 more. I have the second one. I just started it last night. So okay. The next book I read was Love Assist, a sports romance by Nicole. And y'all, I love a good sport romance. I really do. Give me a basketball player, a football player. In this series, there's even a baseball player. I was appreciative. I feel like Nicole gave me everything I needed, right? There's the basketball player, Jared, who's moved back to his hometown. He has to prove that, he can do what needs to be done on this basketball team, but he needs a house. And of course, he falls for the sexy real estate agent. Like, it was really good. I gave it a 4. I think overall I would give the entire series, the rookie series, a 4. The second book was Love Blitz. and it's a football romance. This one, oh wait, this one, yeah. So she has a one night stand with a guy because her fiance like cheats on her. It turns out to be the guy with the football. Like, it turns into the whole thing. They were really cute. Yeah, Gianna and what was his name? And Angelo. Okay, yeah. Mm, yeah. He was really focused. She was like, I just got my heart broke. It was a whole thing, but it was interesting. I gave it a 4, and then Love Curveball. Curveball was the baseball one, and ooh, this one was good because he's a baseball player. She was like a sports trainer, and she was like hard body, like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to do this. Makina was like, nah, I'm not with it. Cam was like, please, let's do this. And she was like, no, because he had just moved to Denver. It's cold, this whole thing. Her daddy's also like the coach or some shit. And this was my favorite one because she didn't want the relationship. He didn't know where she works. He didn't know who her dad was. It was drama. This one had the drama. It brought the drama, but it was really good. So those were the 3 in the rookie series: Love Assist, Love Blitz, and Love Curveball. Really good. If you just need like a quick little palate cleanser to get between some books, I loved all 3 of these. Okay, the next one is a 5-star for me, and go ahead and put her on the list for the authors that I will immediately buy. Okay. Ooh, I'm giving away my secrets. Wait, I'm gonna wait for the next video. But The Sweetest Thing I've Known by Ashley Nicole. So Ashley Nicole is one of my favorite authors. Like, and I said this to her because I posted it, but she's doing this Mason family series, and I'm a sucker for interconnected stories. I loved Unique's interconnected stories. I love D. Camille's interconnected stories. I love Brenda Jackson's interconnected stories. I love Beverly Jenkins' interconnected story. Like, I love L.A. Banks. Like, give me a series. I like that. Ooh, shout out to Monica Walters, another one. I love a good series. So the Masons, to me, in my humble opinion, and no one has to agree with me, if you read Brenda Jackson in the early 2000s and you know the Westmoreland series or the Steeles or the Medariuses, this is for you. This is for you, right? So there's a matriarch. She has these sons. Then they have like 20 cousins, 20 boy cousins, 1 girl cousin. So it's 21 of them. Each of them is getting a book. And she's doing them slow too. So you have time to catch up. But the sweetest thing is about Choice and Simeon. And Simeon is the oldest cousin, y'all. And she moves in across the street from Grandma Laverne. And her boyfriend at the time is like mean to her because she like buys his house and she won't give him a key. And so he won't move her furniture. Well, in comes the sexy veterinarian. And he's like, me and my cousins will help you. They help her. They put all her stuff together. Moving is stressful, right? I don't know what's gonna happen if I gotta move up out of here. Oh, wow. But they go through this thing. He helps her, and then they invite her over for food, right? And she beats the grandmother in spades. She's never been beaten before, and the grandmother's like, keep bringing her around, y'all, and it's so good. I'm not even gonna tell you the rest. Like, it's so good. If you're looking for a family series to get into, The Masons are great. By Ashley Nicole, The Sweetest Thing I've Known. I gave it 5 stars. It was great. Really, really good. And that concludes the books that I read for the month of October. So I am on a journey to get to 30 more books for the year. I knocked out 3 this weekend, so I need to read 27 more. I need to finish like some thickies up in here. I got Babel. I got a few other things. Um, so pray for your girl. Okay, I'm gonna hit 200 books. Hopefully by the 3rd week of December. Fingers crossed. Because I just want to chill for the rest of the year, and I don't want to be like, literally last year I was reading into the last moment of the year. Like, I was getting dressed to go to a New Year's Eve party, and I was reading and making videos. She's not doing that this year. She's not, because I really want to be a reading journal bullet journal girl. Like all of 2024, I already have my book. I have the book. I'm ready. I'm gonna do it. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I think that takes time. And if I'm worried about what I'm reading, then I necessarily won't have time to like sit, draw out my plans, my book, all the things. So I want to have time to do that. But y'all have been rocking with me. If you've made it to this far in the video, you know what I want you to do. Drop a stack of books down below. And tell me if any of these books are ones you've read, if I've introduced you to new books. I want to make sure that we are constantly uplifting and giving these Black authors the love that they deserve, because at this late in the game, there's no way you can say you can't find a Black author in different genres. So I try to read, as you know, different genres: fantasy, nonfiction, fiction, all the things. I'm really doing bad with nonfiction this year. I have been in a fiction chokehold. So yeah, so drop the stack of books. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know if any of these books are some that you're going to give a try. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about me. And until next time, bye guys.